Coming off of an off season that couldn't really have gone much better for us, we have brought in 3 new starters for this team, one along the offensive line, a position group that definitely needed to be addressed, drafting Sloan, who will get the start at left guard. Over on the defense, that already was the best side for us, we do have ourselves 2 new starters, one at free safety in Nazir Reed, who will take over for Thornhill. We also drafted ourselves a new cornerback who came in really highly rated, a 79, but surprisingly was not a hidden dev in Jamie French. He'll get the start in the slot. And while we've definitely played at least through 2 seasons, 1 complete season, with Willis being the starting quarterback, today officially starts the Willis era here of the Virginia's only state challenge, or state's challenge in this case, as we did decide to move on from Geno as he was aging and the team clearly wasn't going very well or doing very well when he was our starter. Most of our wins actually have come through Willis's play, though not a whole lot of wins, as I think we've combined for a total of either 5 or 6 wins. I think it's 5, so really not too good through the first 2 seasons. Hopefully with this defense looking the best it really ever has, and us making a change at quarterback, hopefully we'll see things start to come a little bit more smoothly. We're doing the best we can with the players available and what the draft gives us. Speaking of which, if you guys did not stick around to the end of last episode, we'll talk a little bit about the draft before we jump into the first game. Now, this draft class does not look very great for us, as there are just 12 prospects, only 3 of which are actually going to be draftable. And of those 3 players, 2 of them down here at the bottom you can see are strong safeties, a position group that's probably the best and deepest of anywhere else on the roster, though could potentially these safeties play some corner for us as our corners are getting on the older side. Maybe. We'll have to see as the year goes on. The one other draftable guy is a running back, Oscar Pickens out of Virginia Tech, when we already are at least 2 deep at that running back spot. So this next draft class doesn't seem great. I did find one defensive end who's actually playing an outside linebacker currently, Jimenez, I want to say it's how it's pronounced, who played at Old Dominion, who's 28 and 74 overall, which would be our second highest defensive lineman in terms of rating. Not going to pull the trigger on him yet. We have a couple young defensive linemen, so we'll see how well that position group starts. It's definitely the weakest on the defense, but everywhere else is solid. So we're going to test it out. Game 1 against the Chicago Bears. Now, as we get season 3 underway, it will be defense up first, facing against Lamar Jackson. If you guys are watching the Rams franchise, that defense just had a pretty good game against Jackson, and hopefully we'll see some more of that in this one, as Hall will get the first down play 1. Very reminiscent of what we saw from Gus Edwards. Definitely check out that series if you have not yet. A 1st and 10 here for Jackson in the pocket. We'll dump it off down below. In comes a tackle, and we will get him down. Be a gain of 9. Definitely interested to see if we see any splash plays from our young corner and safety. Plus, I think we maybe had one there. No Douglas getting the start on the outside this year. He makes the big play. He did really well for us in the slot, and whenever it was just a 2-receiver set, he was on the outside. But for the majority of the time, he was in the slot. Running game does get the first down there for him. Hall just picking up a few yards. Green does get the stop, but well after the first down was needed, as they're close to midfield, sticking with a heavy look. Will be I formation handoff down the middle and breaking off another first down with the broken tackle. Definitely the guys up front, the major concern with this defense. That is where most of our defensive coordinators' upgrades have gone to, just trying to get them to a level of play that is just mediocre, as we do get a stop in the backfield on the read option. At time, Nazir Reed, the safety, coming down to help get the stop. His first play made in his rookie career. This will be another read option going up top, not gonna get by Edmonds, who came in clutch for us late on last year. We're hoping to see a good build at least upon that. The Edmond brothers were fantastic. We just need to see a little bit more from the, well, really just the guys up front. As it's 3rd and 14, Jackson from the pocket goes down to the bottom and missed an open receiver. So we will get the stop and should be a punt. But a beautiful punt it is, as Willis, again with his first real official starting role, will have to get us going back at our own 2. And we're really banking on him taking charge of this team and helping us get at least more than 3 wins. That's really all we're hoping for, as he goes with a scramble play 1, and he will pick up 15 yards. Hesitated a little bit, but it was the right decision. For his receiving targets, we have Wicks, Pascal, and Zacchaeus. None of them are very highly rated. It's really this running game that we're hoping really kicks us off, as a flag does come in and it will back us up. Unfortunately, that one going to the rookie guard in Sloan. So it'll be a 1st and 18 back at the 9. With a stretch play to the bottom, some space, Herbert going down the sideline till he met the safety. Picking up a big chunk though, making it 2nd and 1. Of course, Herbert, the guy who won us week 18 last season with a walk-off overtime touchdown. I want to say it was about a 60-something yarder. As you go with the draw on 2nd and short, not going to get very far is Richards. Unfortunately, he, after last season, did regress from a superstar down to a star. Hopefully he'll get that back this season as we go back to the running game, and Herbert avoids the 1st down when he easily could have had it. But we're not going to give up on this drive. Clearly not a great choice to go for this, so far backed up, but we believe in Schroeder, who will pick up the 1st down and a couple extra yards up to the 29. We've seen DeGuara in the Rams franchise really take off of recent. Hopefully we could see something similar with Schroeder, who gets the ball again. Just 1 yard though. And potentially for the first time today, coming out spread in shotgun. 2 down to the bottom, 1 up top. Will be another handoff. Cutting down the middle, Richards picks up a couple. So far these running lanes not opening up as well as I would hope, though the runs to the outside seemingly have worked so far. As it's a 3rd and 7, we go deep and slightly overthrow Pascal. We'll have to punt away. Well, not much going for either team so far in this one. As long as our defense keeps that the same for the Bears, I'll be fine. With a throwaway on 3rd and 3, defense does force a 3 and out. Now offense, can we get things going? A 0-yard fullback dive, play 1. Not exactly how you want to start it off, as we do start off the 2nd quarter with a throwaway. 3rd and 10, it'll also be a 3 and out for us as we punt back. Might just be a game of field position at this point, as Jackson picks up 8. 2nd and 2, he'll pick up 7. With a 1st down, 9 going to Breece Hall. 2nd and 1, 9 more to Lamar Jackson as they work the ball inside the 30, down around the red zone. If they get the 1st down, we'll jump in. Throw away, 3rd and 3, we'll jump in. Trying to bow up here as they've driven mostly through the running game. So very reminiscent of kind of what I expected with this team. Passing game doing pretty well, though we do not contain the edge. Great tackle there from Edmonds to save the touchdown, but they're down to the 1. And the running game really is the concern with this team. We do not have some great guys up front, but we're doing the best with what we can, as Hall stuffed at the goal line. He stretched for it, but did not get it. Oh, credit Edmonds with the stop, though. He did have a couple guys there. Looking for a goal line stand here on 2nd and goal. They'll go right back to him, but that push up front was just too good. As mentioned, we struggle up front, and it's really going to show early on. So as we start our next drive, we start with yet again another fullback dive. This time at least 2 yards, but we need 7 points. 22 yards to Pascal is definitely going to help us out. Losing 3 though, nah, but picking up 10. So some good, some bad so far. On 3rd and 4, we pick up exactly what we need for the 1st down with Malik Willis. Again, if we get down inside the red zone, we'll chime in. As it's 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard rush by Herbert. We go back to Willis, who gets 2, 3rd and 4. Jelani Woods coming through. We're down to the 28, need a 1st down to jump in. We pick up 4 more yards. Malik Willis. 6, we got 7, and we'll jump in. And it's a good time to jump in as we have 2 timeouts remaining. 45 seconds left here. In the first half, we're under center, under shotgun, doesn't even make sense. Willis scrambles, avoids the rush, beautiful pass down to Pascal, down to the 2. We were close to getting it in there, but we still have about 40 seconds and a timeout. It's a weak eye, and we'll hand it off down the middle and gobbled up in the backfield. Herbert stood no chance. Kenny Clark quickly fights through the line as the clock will run. Saving that timeout, Willis looking to scramble once again, avoiding one rusher, but meets another. Please call the timeout. No? Okay, well, we need to touch down this play. 3rd and goal. Willis going up top and tipped away with 1 second left. We should be able to get a field goal off at least. Bad clock management by the CPU, but we expect nothing less from Madden's AI. But it will be a field goal attempt from the 19, and it is through for Joey Sly. Brought him back from season 1. He didn't have a great season 1, but we had an even worse season 2 with Johnson. So Johnson demoted to punter, Sly comes back to the team, and we have a close game here at half. But as we take the field to start the second half, we will be on offense. And after putting together one of our best drives right before half, hoping to build upon it. As we do start in shotgun, going to see the tight end go in motion. Is it going to be a run, read option, or pass? We'll find out shortly. As it is at least just a run, maybe was the read option. Herbert will pick up 5, 6 carries for him, 22 yards. And I'll definitely be a little bit more diligent this season when switching out the running backs when we get into the second half, ensuring a more even split of carries. As it's another one for Herbert, he picks up 2. So on 3rd down, we'll need 3 as we're at the 37. With 2 tight ends down to the bottom, we'll go with a stretch. Herbert needs to find a lane, but it will be a tackle at the line of scrimmage, if not maybe a little bit behind. But with our win total being so low so far this series, it's press time, right? It's season 3. We need to see a good step forward, so let's go for it. With a slant route, we find Zacchaeus with the first down just past midfield to the 49. And we'll definitely tweak the playbook as the season comes along if we do start to see that Willis can pass the ball a little bit more efficiently. Herbert down the middle will pick up 7. He does have a really strong arm, talking about Willis, but the accuracies medium and deep definitely are lacking. He's pretty solid on the short as we go back to the fullback dive. That's not rated that highly in the playbook, but we seem to really like it today. Kenny Clark also probably really likes it as we just keep running the ball right at him. 3rd and 3 once again. Willis from shotgun will go across, finding Zacchaeus, who did his best impression of Kadarius Toney, dropping the open pass. At least for us it wasn't a pick 6, but once again going for it here on 4th and 3. I would like to maybe find the leak out to the left-hand side. Might even drop this one off for Schroeder. Or actually, let's scramble here. We have a couple blocks out in front. I guess Herbert actually was out there. Doesn't get any of the blocks. There's actually Schroeder out there. But the important part is we get the first down. That's what matters most for us as we're keeping this drive alive. Down to the 34, we stick in shotgun. Hand it off down the middle. Richards breaks the tackle of Kenny Clark, though not much space to speed away. Just manages 2. Though unfortunately don't get any stat update for Richards, so not sure what his carry total is. We'll probably wait to the 4th quarter to make any changes, as there's a better catch downfield. We find Wicks. And he'll get us down to what I believe is only our 2nd time in the red zone today, as will be a weak eye. Handoff down the middle. Herbert powering down to about the 2.5. Averaging 3.7 yards a carry. Not awful. I would like that above 4. But I'm going to take what we could get, at least for right now, as we go with a slight power run towards the top, and the block came up clutch. Herbert does get us into the end zone, and we do take a lead. If you missed the block, definitely go back and check the pulling guard. That was just a beautiful block as a first down gained here by Hall as the Bears start their first drive of the second half, though we did take a lot of time off the clock there. 3rd and 7, a penalty by Tim Settle. Our best defensive lineman gives up a big first down. 7 more yards, Hall. Another 7 goes to Zay Flowers. 5 more yards to Lamar Jackson. If they get inside the 20, we'll jump in as we start the 4th quarter with that first down and inside the red zone. We could give up a field goal that'll keep things tied. I really don't want to give up the touchdown, as it is a 1st and 10 down to the 14. Lamar Jackson dropping back across the middle. Potentially I jinxed us, as that was wide. open. Edmonds with poor coverage there as Shaden Burrell will get the score and a little bit of some after the play shenanigans, if you will, there with that little shove not needed. But as we start our next drive, we need a touchdown. As it's Richards down the middle with some patient running, who does pick up 9. His best of the day is our rookie guard, Sloan. Looks a bit shaken up, clutching at that right shoulder perhaps. Hopefully it's nothing big. He was definitely a much needed improvement along the offensive line as one of our veterans is going to step in for him. But it'll open up lane as it's a first down for Richards, close to the 45. Bringing in the fresh legs here in the fourth quarter. Again, trying to have an even split between those two running backs, and hopefully that'll help us out more this year as the lane's just really opening up here for Richards. Herbert on the sidelines probably asking his lineman what's going on. Though it does look like Richards could use a sub, but he'll stay out there for 2nd and 1. Ace formation, we go with a stretch, though he cuts towards the middle, picking up the first down, and just kidding, he was actually subbed out. That was Herbert who does come in. Good call, coach. Really hard to tell the difference between those two because they are pretty much built exactly the same. I think Richards is about an inch taller and like 2 pounds lighter, and they pretty much, they run the same way. So easily to get those confused as we pick up 6 on first down, going to Kuntz, the 3rd string tight end, who is finally making the roster this year, been on the practice squad. With a dump down to the bottom, we find Wick's first down. Only his 2nd catch of the day for 28 yards. If we could find him maybe 1 deep, that would be nice. But it's going to be a strong I formation here. Willis dropping back, trying to find a quick throw, though nothing opens up, so he steps up. Will manage the loss, only 2. But Kenny Clark definitely having himself a good game, disrupting a lot of things, if we're being honest. Play action pass here for Willis. Gonna step up, has a lane, but runs right at Kenny Clark. We at least gain a yard. Madden's AI really coming in strong there for us on 3rd and 11. With a shotgun look, Willis has a pass rush coming in, a blindside sack from Oliver. We might be able to hit a field goal from here. And we are going to at least try it. Back at the 47 will be a 57-yard field goal that would leave us down 1 point. And it is up and incomplete. It went to the right. I'm pretty sure it had the power needed, but it looked like it drifted to the right, and our kicker woes continue. So now it comes down to this defense to get a quick stop. 3 minutes left in this game. We're down 4. As it will be a read option up top, getting a great block from his receiver. Good tackle comes in as now Jamie French, one of our other rookies, is shaken up. Madden 24 definitely has a lot of problems when it comes to a lot of injuries. Just they're extremely frequent, and I might start to tweak that slider, or at least look into slider adjustments, because it happens all too often. As a gain of 4 on first down leaves us 2nd and 6 just outside the 2-minute warning, as they are in plus territory with a play action pass with a wide open guy, but it looked like it went off of his knee. No idea, but definitely not a sharp opening here in week 1 for the receiving group of the Bears, as they will need 6 here on 3rd down with another pass going down to the bottom, and they get the catch, but he falls down prior to the line to gain. We'll be 4th and inches at the 30, though. Should be field goal range as we hit the 2-minute warning, but they did send out the offense, so they might be going for this. Or they decide, never mind, after the 2-minute warning, go up a touchdown, make it safer, as they're kicking from about the 37. It's just a 47-yarder. That is true. For them, their kicker comes through. Well, it comes down to Willis and this offense playing for overtime. We have 1 minute, 53 seconds, and all 3 timeouts in our back pocket. We just need a touchdown. Something we've only managed 1 of today, as Willis scrambling. The line just lets up. Every single one of the 4 rushers was there. And that includes the blitz from Cole Holcomb. As it's 12, as it's 2nd and 18, with a pass I'm very glad we didn't catch. So make it 3rd and 18, saying it correctly this time as we start under center with 2 receivers up top, 1 down below. Will be a slant to Wicks that he couldn't even bring it in. So 4th and 18. Probably punt from here, but we're going to go for it. From a weak eye, 2 receivers up top, got a tight end down below. Willis trying to roll down to the bottom, and he finds his guy, but it's slightly off target. The Bears take over. And unless we could force a turnover here, that might be game. But it does not appear they are kneeling out the clock. So we're going to have to force a turnover. With a handoff down the middle, we finally get a good stop on a run play. Unfortunately, seems like it might have come a little bit too late. With 2nd and 11, another handoff haul down the middle. Quick stop. Timeout called. We have one more remaining. 3rd and 8. With a tight shotgun look for Jackson. Do they pass for it? No, they will go with the draw, and Tim Settle read it the whole way. We call the last timeout, and they're set to go up 10. As that snap is back, hold down kick is up. It is 2 possessions, about a minute on the clock. But I would like to come out here and run a drive with, again, just a minute, no timeouts. This is more so just try to conserve some time. See if that's even possible, as we have Wicks, who beats the defender. He's off to the races, and the defender misses. Well, we came in clutch as we splashed down into the end zone, pulling things close. A field goal game, we must get the onside. But as that seemed a little all too easy, let's just go ahead and watch the CPU try to recover this onside as they send it straight to number 40, who will get the grab and will seal the win. CJ Ham for the Bears. So while we at least got the late points, it will still end up being the loss here for us. Team, I don't think played awful, but definitely we could have used a little bit of something else there. Though against Jackson, I think we did all right. We didn't allow too much scrambling from him. Only 20 points given up. But in the next couple games, it did not go very well, where we scored a total of 11 points, all of those coming in the first game against the Raiders, but we also gave up a lot of points. Trying to do quick math here, was that 62? 62 points? Yes, 62 points. Double checked myself. So clearly we're giving up a lot more points than we are scoring. But what happened in these games? We gave up 356 yards while only managing 178 offensively. In terms of the individual stats, Teddy B, 2 touchdowns, Willis, just over 50 throwing yards. I mean, that's bad. No touchdowns, no interceptions, at least no turnovers there. Sacks twice. Rushing game, though, wasn't bad. Herbert averaged 5 yards a carry. Pierce just 3.5. Though it does look like their backup running back did have a couple good carries there. Bridgewater ran a couple times. Richards only 5 carries, but was a good average. And we gave up another touchdown to, I guess, the 3rd running back. Receiving-wise, it was Josh Downs that had the big game against us. Drake London had less than 10 yards a catch, but did have a touchdown. Meanwhile, our best guy was Jelani Woods, 5 catches for 43 yards, or 41 yards. Don't know where 43 came from. Defensively, Rasul Douglas did lead both teams in tackles with 9. How did the tackles for a loss go? I mean, we were getting tackles for a loss. We had Bush, Reed, Edmonds, Phillips had 2, the rookie, and then 2 for Rondale Carter. So we're getting in the backfield at least a little bit there and stopping the run, which surprising, though we did give up a sack to Cameron Jordan and Melvin Woods. But the bright news is Joey Sly didn't miss a field goal, so there's that. But really not much good to talk about in the next game against the Rams, where we lost 35-0, which included 21 points in the 4th quarter. Before that, it was 14-0. It was somewhat of a game until that 4th quarter. We gave up just under 300 yards while only managing about 1.25 for ourselves. So offense definitely needs some adjusting, as Willis, 39 passing yards, 3 interceptions. He was also sacked twice. I was about to consider changing the playbook to maybe include more passing, but 3 interceptions on how many attempts? Just 13 attempts, and he had 3 interceptions. He also only completed 5 of those attempts. So makes me reluctant to change the playbook, but clearly we need to do something. Pickett also ran all over the defense, apparently, had 1 rushing touchdown, 6 yards per carry. A.J. Dillon had 3 touchdowns. We averaged 3.3 with Herbert. Meanwhile, Richards only 4 carries, though did average 4.3. Receiving-wise, I mean, no one had a big game. Ayuk did have a touchdown, but for us, our best receiver was Jelani Woods with 2 catches, 22 yards. And it was not a great day for Miles Sloan, the rookie guard, did give up both the sacks. But the Edmond brothers were making plays at least. Both of them with 9 tackles in this game. The Rams' best defender was Deshaun Nix, at least with 7 tackles. Tackles for a loss just kind of spread out. Once again, we're seeing White, Green, Bush getting another one, and Andrew Brown making a play. But the players that we gave up the sacks to, Justin Jones, and then split between Leno and Grady Jarrett. And all the interceptions went to 3 different players, though 2 of them were safeties in Budda Baker and Quandre Diggs, but then also an outside linebacker in Josh Uche? Maybe is how that one's pronounced. Either way, too many interceptions given up. Plus, Sly was back in his bad form with a missed field goal. So at this point, we need to try to shake things up a little bit. As we are moving into our first division game against the Giants, I do want to jump in a little bit with this one and see what we could get done. And we're also going to use it as a little bit of a test to a new offensive playbook. And I think we're going to use Baltimore Ravens playbook. It uses a lot of running to wear down defenses, which is what we want to do. But then when we do pass, that's going to be short and intermediate. And that's the best accuracy for Willis is the short. So let's give it a shot here with the Baltimore playbook and see if that improves anything at all. And we'll be getting started with the quarter sim just to see how it goes at first. And the first quarter ends with neither team scoring, so not bad, I guess. Defense doing well, offense struggling to score as both teams did get down to scoring range, but somehow still very limited points. 7-3, Giants up at halftime. Now let's get through the third quarter and see if any team starts to pull away. Giants up a touchdown, now 2 touchdowns and a lot more. 24-3. So let's at least slow things down a little bit here and see if we could get anything done in the second half. Though it is the Giants, or second half, the fourth quarter. It is the Giants with the ball, though they do not convert on third down. So 4th and 1. Defense does get him off the field. Now offense, are they going to move at all? Pascal gets 6. 2nd and 4, we do get a first down with Willis. Now the cause of concern is we have an interception, one, that being a problem. But the concern is we don't have a lot of receivers, and I fear that this playbook is a lot more spread than the players that we have available. So it's a concern, but we'll just have to play with what we can as Jerry Jeudy gets a touchdown, making it 31-3. So let's just go ahead and quickly get through the rest of this one, as clearly there's no coming back from it. So let's sim forward to the end of the game. There we go. See if we could at least get one more touchdown. No, instead it's the Giants tacking on more points. And it is 37-3. Another loss for us. We're really struggling to get this offense moving at all. Now, as we get into this Lions game, we're going to go through the full game here quickly, and this is really a make it or break it game for Willis, because I discovered something that we'll talk about after this game. But right now, as we're into the third quarter, it's close, but the Lions starting to pull away a little bit. We do get a second field goal, though. 21-6 will be the final score. So the offense is not moving with Willis, and that was why we decided to make the change, because it seemed like the offense was moving better with Willis than Geno. But at this point, we have yet to win a game, and I think it's time to make a change. Up to this part of the season, Willis has performed awfully. 9 interceptions to just 1 touchdown. And that was a touchdown I threw with him. So he didn't even get that. With just 47% completion, it's bad. In terms of the running game, Herbert 3.4 is not great. Would prefer better. 2 touchdowns from him, but those are the only rushing touchdowns we've scored. Richards has had much less carries than Herbert, about a third. So that needs to be changed. And he is also averaging slightly more per run, though we have not had the touchdowns. Luckily, no fumbles, so there's some positivity there. In the receiving game, Dontavian Wicks has the most amount of yards, 209 on 11 catches. He's averaging 20 yards per catch, which is not bad. Only 1 touchdown, though. Again, just we haven't done very well at quarterback. Jelani Woods, decent, about 10 yards a catch. Pascal, 11 yards a catch. So we should be doing something here, but we're just really not. In terms of the line up front, We are giving up some sacks. Sloan, not the best start. Wish it was better. Glowinski, though, has started off pretty well, so we're not going to make a change yet to bring in Salderveri to that starting center spot, despite Glowinski being on the older side. Defensively, we do have Tremaine Edmonds leading the team with 37 tackles. He also has 3 tackles for a loss, though that does not lead the team. Tim Settle has 5, and Carter has 4. So we're doing decently well in getting at least some tackles for a loss. But sacks? Up until this point, we have just recorded 1 sack. That is awful. We at least have a couple interceptions, one for the rookie in Jamie French, and another one for Kaiser White. So a couple things we need to do before we get into this next game that we will watch a decent chunk of. Let's also check kicker, Sly, 2 missed field goals. It is what it is there. But there's definitely a couple things we need to take care of. And the first is going to be a change to quarterback. We gave the Willis era a good try, and he clearly is not up to par. So we have a rookie quarterback we drafted in Joshua Webster. Didn't think there was going to be a quarterback drama this season, but I think there's one rating in particular that is dramatically affecting this team. And if you look over at Willis's awareness, it is a 43. So he clearly does not have the capability of making proper reads here, despite him having the much better throw power rating, having the better short, a little bit lower with the medium, and a little bit lower with the deep, but comparable. Throw on the run, better. Throw under pressure, though, not so much. But really, that awareness is just really, I think, doing us a disservice. When you look at the athletics between the two, Webster does not have as much speed, but he has plenty speed. With 87, has 88 acceleration. Agility is definitely a lot lower. Change of direction, though, pretty close. So I think we're going to make the change. And we're going to start the rookie quarterback out of West Virginia in Joshua Webster. On top of that, we need someone to get us at least a sack, would double our total. And there is O'Shane Jimenez here, who played at Old Dominion. He's on the older side. He's 28 years old. But he would be our second highest rated lineman at a 74. And he does bring 79 finesse moves. Block shedding is currently at a 70 if you get rid of the morale. So he can maybe help out a little bit there. He's a decent tackler with some good speed. Strength isn't fantastic, but we're going to stick him at the end spot, and he should get a boost to his strength rating there. Awareness isn't too bad either. Play rec not too bad. So hopefully we'll be able to make something happen for Jimenez. And with him being on the older side, I don't expect the 49ers to ask for a lot. Surprisingly, though, they are asking for a 3rd and a 5th. Seems a bit much. I'm perfectly fine with a 2028 3rd. Let's push it for the later. So we'll bring in Jimenez, and hopefully with those 2 changes, a new starting quarterback and a new edge rusher, we'll be able to get something done here. And we'll have the Cowboys to do it against. Though we do need to make one more change because we're over the limit here. And I think the cut we're going to make is for Charles Snowden. He's 27, 63. He rarely gets on the field. So we'll make this cut, and now we'll be compliant with the 53, and we could get something going, hopefully, against the Cowboys in our final game. And it will be Webster leading us on out against our rivals, the Cowboys. First play is going to be a throw to the outside, just a little bit off the mark. Hopefully, that's not what we're going to see a lot of. But we did revert back to the original playbook for this series because I just don't feel like we have the receivers that we need to spread the ball out. Though we are starting 2 back-to-back passes. This one's going to be a sack from Hargrave. So 3rd and 18, already a big test for our young quarterback here in Webster, who is a 67 overall. Just got a boost after I put him into the starting spot. Will be a rollout as he spins, finds his receiver. That's Pascal going for the first down close to midfield. Also a little bit of a tussle there at the end, but finally we get a big play as we'll stick in shotgun here. Going to send the tight end down towards the bottom. That's Keen in motion as it will be a pass. Rolling down to the bottom, will find his man. That's Jelani Woods with a gain of 7. hopefully the addition that we had just again with that massive boost to awareness, we're going to see some better play. As we are also starting Richards as the primary back in this one, with him having a third of the carries compared to Herbert, and their skills being very similar. I want to try to see if we can get the young guy developing a little bit more, maybe get him back to a superstar dev. Would be great with a play action. Rolling down to the bottom is going to be a scramble with a first down and more. And the ball pops free and not out of bounds. They recover it at the 9. Well, it was looking promising until it didn't. We know there's going to be some rookie hiccups, and it makes it a lot more understandable when it's a rookie rather than at this point, I would say Willis is pretty much a veteran quarterback. He's been in the league several years, and he should know better than going 1 of 9 in terms of touchdowns to interceptions. And we're going to hope that Jimenez on the defensive line is also going to make a vast improvement, though no pass rush yet with a throw down to the bottom will be a catch for a few. And they'll stick with a heavy look here on 3rd and short. 3 tight ends up top, single back is Pacheco, but they go with the throw and Diablo knocks it away. So defense does stand tall, will force the 3 and out. And that's the kind of play that's really going to help out a young quarterback who did just have an early turnover, but pretty good starting spot at the 32. Hopefully we'll build upon it as straight back to scrambling, though slide down. Just slide. It's not that difficult. We don't need hero ball here. We've won 4-5 games in 2 seasons. Just take what they give you. As we hand this one off, Pascal will maybe push forward for about a gain of 1. This is probably one of the, I don't want to say worst defensive lines to go up against. Just really just saying that because they just don't have a superstar across the middle. As that pass a little bit off, intended for Wicks on the curl. So it'll leave us with 3rd and 9. As we have 2 receivers down to the bottom, fullback and tight end up top. Will be a drop back pass for Webster looking to scramble. He steps up, gets through the line, and will dive forward 4th and 2 at the 43. But of course, we're going for it here. Starting in shotgun. I would love to get a nice run right down the middle here, going behind Teller with a cutbacker, push through from Richards. Will pick up the first down, about a couple extra yards on top of it. Just saying, the first win of the season against the Cowboys surely would be nice. With a weak eye, will be a handoff down the middle. Richards breaking toward the bottom, looks for a cut, and we'll pick up another couple yards there. 7 on first down, leaving 2nd and 3 now with a strong eye. Will be Webster handing it off once again. Richards looked like he wanted to go down to the bottom but hesitated. We'll still get a gain, but it could have been a lot more. Honestly, no idea what the awareness is for Richards, but it should be pretty decent because he is fairly decently rated for a young running back. As we have a 3rd and 1, it will be a pass going down to the bottom, finding Jelani Woods with a blocker in front, and Schroeder, who doesn't get the block until after the tackle comes in. But it is a nice first down for us as we reach the end zone. Now let's just not fumble or turn the ball over in any way, shape, or form, as it's going to be a play action roll towards the top. Webster with a spinning throw has our man for the touchdown. Dontavion Wicks will get in, barely getting pushed out. We might even go into a review to see where that catch actually took place. But for now, it is a touchdown. And from here on out, the rest of this game might focus a little bit more on the offense, as we do get a tackle for loss play 1, then a throwaway, 3rd and 12. Just 6 given up to Jones. Defense, once again, really good start to this game. If offense, we could get another touchdown here, it'd be perfect. As we start the second quarter with a 4-yard rush, leaving 3rd and 2. Richards picks it up. Looks like we're going a little bit more run heavy here. With a lot more passing early on, maybe trying to get the quarterback comfortable as we lose 3. Now a 4th and 5. Well, going for it before worked out for us. So let's try to do that here. 4th and 5 at the 41. Too far for a field goal, but too close to just not try. As we roll, we have our man. We had Wicks. He was open. The pass, just a bit off, and it will be a turnover on downs. And after accidentally running a play with the defense, it's a total of 6 on the first 2 downs, leaving 3rd and 4, and a sack coming in. Tim Settle doubles our sack total on the season, so that is massive. Now let's see if this offense can move well here. We start with a gain of 3 and then an interception. Second turnover for the day for Webster. This one might prove to be a bit more costly as they are starting in scoring range and do not get the touchdown with Pacheco. You can tell I expected it. Instead, they go Eric Fordman, fullback dive. So this game leveled up 7-7 with about 3 minutes left here before half. So some definite mistakes happening with the quarterback for sure. I'm not going to overhype him at all. There was the fumble, there was the interception, plus the missed throw on the 4th down that could have definitely been a big gain for us. But at this point, is it better or worse than what we were getting from Willis, or is it just the same? Because if it's the same, I might just stick with a young guy, as we do get a decent run right down the middle there, making it a 3rd and short. Already 13 carries for Richards, so by the time we get into that second half, we might put back in Herbert again, trying to keep their carries about equal. But we need the first down here, first and foremost, with a throw down to Wicks that he can't hold on to. But we just need a yard. So let's go for it once again. Schroeder this time on the fullback dive, picking up the first down and about 5 extra as we get down to the 4, or up to, I should say, the 40. And as we hit the 2-minute warning, potentially a little bit of some crunch time here with like some points before half, and we need at least another 20-25 yards to get into field goal range, not helping with the drop to Woods. And we'll see, because sometimes the playbook, I don't know, it's weird. There's a scenario that I cannot edit that just has us run the stick concept over and over again, as a good rush there from Webster does get caught up from behind. It'll be a 3rd and 4. So if we keep running that sticks, I might have to jump in just to fix that. As Webster once again going to step up, picking up the first down before meeting Milano. Will get us into plus territory as we hit about 1:20. 3 timeouts still in the pocket. As we're in the pocket, though, going to step up once again as a flag comes in. And why do we keep diving? Slide. You're a quarterback. Not that it inevitably matters, as we have a holding call that'll back us up. 1st and 20 back at the 42. Once again running the sticks concept, as Webster's just going to end up running anyway. Takes the hit again. Just slide, my dude. At least he picks up some yards for us. 13, leaving 2nd and 7 with a rollout, but he didn't even look for a pass, and then he takes a sack. Okay, Madden, you do you. With a 3rd and 9 after calling the timeout. Looks like once again we're going to be running the sticks. Yep, and Webster with a very hard 2-yard throw will pick up some yards. But once again we find ourselves with a 4th down that I would like to go for it. Again, around that 45-yard line. I feel like we've had this spot a couple times. Needing 6 this time, as we have a throw right across the middle. This time we're going to find our man Zacchaeus. As you know what, let's stick in here with the squad, as there's just about 30 seconds left, and I don't trust Madden AI, because clearly we've seen some weird play from it so far just in this game alone. As we're going to have to try to roll. We have a 1-on-1. That ball thrown well down to the 1. We call the timeout. How did Pascal not get in the end zone there? Maybe that ball needs to be thrown about a yard deeper, but even then, if that was the case, who knows how that play ends up. We find our guy, and we go to Schroeder, who will walk into the end zone. We take a lead here at half, going up 14-7 against our rival, the Cowboys. So as we get this second half underway, honestly, just seeing more of what we saw the first half wouldn't be a bad thing. As Mac Jones starts him off with 5, then 1 yard's Pacheco, 3rd and 3. Tyreek Hill, who even knew he was on the team, pops off 27. Their first time getting into plus Terry, maybe even the first time getting a first down. No, they did have that drive before half after the interception that went pretty well for him. As this one does go very well for him. 2 big plays from Tyreek Hill equates a touchdown that will level this one up 14-14. Now, can this offense keep things going? Also, wouldn't mind taking some time off the clock as well during that process. As we do start off with the fullback dive, Schroeder, who did have the touchdown. Then a penalty on Glowinski. Definitely not going to help us out. 2nd and 18, a knockaway. 3rd and 18, a sack, John Franklin Myers. So definitely did not go very well for us. The Cowboys start off in plus territory, also with a gain of 12. So defense, come on. You're starting to slip up a little bit here as they're picking up chunks about every play. Another first down inside the 10. There we go. Tackle for a loss. 2nd and goal. Do pick up 7. 3rd and goal from the 3. Mac Jones runs it in as the Cowboys take a late 3rd quarter lead. I was going to say late lead, but we still have a whole quarter to get through. As we start off with 6 to Richards, another 6 gets the first down. 1st and 10, another sack comes in, seeming like that's happening a lot. As Pascal picks up 4, 3rd and 9, we pick up 3. Yeah. Once again here on a 4th down, we're coming out to start the 4th quarter. I would like maybe to get a release late here from Keene, just on a simple drag. See if we could find some space. Not much defender coming in. We get it out to Woods, who's not going to get the catch. Was underthrown, but the defender in our face, we had to give it a try. Though you could argue only being down 1 possession would have been smarter to punt it there, but we're winless on the season, so we just have to press when we can and hope that our defense doesn't continue to give up these chunk plays. And another touchdown to Rondale Moore. With about 6 minutes left in this game, we need 2 quick scores to at least get it into overtime. As we get 3 yards, a penalty will definitely help us out with a 1st down, then a throwaway, and another interception just might have sealed this one. So let's try to get through this a little bit quicker as the Cowboys do tack on another touchdown. So this first game with Webster, it's seeming a little bit mixed, as Jelani Woods does pick up a nice catch for us, then a throwaway, then a knockaway, 3rd and 10, almost the 1st down. Why not? Let's just finish out this game here with the squad, at least offensively. Might just be this one drive. We'll see what the defense has in store for us. As what is that camera angle, Madden? We'll get it out to Schroeder, who makes one guy miss as we're down to the 7. All right, we're here for the shenanigans, because why not? Let's actually have Pascal go on that quick slant. See if that opens up things anymore. Not really. Let's roll. We have a blocker. Let's use it, and into the end zone with Webster. We'll at least get a rushing touchdown here for the rookie quarterback, but the defense is going to have to come up clutch late on. And by come up clutch, I mean hopefully they don't even have to see the field, because we need onside kicks as there's only 38 seconds left, and that one pretty much went backwards. So that's definitely a tutorial on how not to kick an onside kick. I didn't even know that was possible. But that will pretty much do it for us here. So not exactly the performance we were hoping to see here against the Cowboys, but the offense scored some points, which was something we really haven't seen much of at all this season. So I think as we move forward, it will be with Webster. And on top of that, I did want to just see how Jimenez did in his first game, and he had 1 solo tackle, which was a tackle for a loss. But besides that, he really didn't do anything, so that is disappointing. Was hoping to see a sack or something in his first game, but hopefully he'll come through for us as the rest of the season moves on. But that will wrap it up for us for this one. As we move into the next episode, we'll start week 8 with a trade deadline. I'm going to go through the entire roster, just NFL in total. See if there are any other guys, at least offensively, that we could bring in. I checked all the defensive line spots, and that's really the only spot I feel like we need to address defensively. But we're going to go through the entirety, or I will go through the entirety of the offensive players and just see if there's someone I maybe missed that could help us out. Try to give us a boost, because we're not really getting a whole lot from the drafts, unfortunately, for the offense more specifically. Defense has had some good guys, but hopefully we'll find someone, and then him combined with Webster, maybe we'll see this offense really start to grow going forward, because the team needs it. Next episode, we'll see what happens. We're 0-6 at week 8 with the early bye, so most likely it's going to be another complete rest of the season sim through, watching a couple games here and there, and just seeing if anyone really starts to develop. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Hit that bell icon on the bottom right, or scroll down, hit the subscription button, and tick that bell icon so you're notified of when this series goes live, or when any of my videos go live. This series every Wednesday and Saturday until we get to the playoffs, which hopefully at one point we will do with this squad. And then on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have the Rams franchise, a traditional franchise, though as we wrap up season 1, though some of those games, or some of those episodes, there's 2 games, some there's 1, so kind of flip-flops depending on how the team's doing for the rest of season 1, but should be a fun off season when we get there. So make sure you guys are sticking tuned to the channel so you can see all the different updates Also, make sure you're checking out the community tab for any polls that get posted or to see who the players of the week are for that Rams franchise. And if you want to see something similar for this series, definitely do let me know. But until next time, where we'll continue on with the Webster experience, and hopefully it's going to be a good one. We'll see you then. Bye.
How it's supposed to feel.